After searching in the internet for a while about what I could do for the astronomy experiment for the history class, I found a document that talks about the life and history of the stars in our universe. So I decided to create my own experiment about the life of stars instead of searching it from another person. So in my mind, it came a great idea. After searching a bit in internet about the life of stars, I have come into the conclusion that the stars are created in the nebula, where components such as hydrogen and helium are combined and that way create the star. These stars have the purpose of bringing life into the universe during thousands or millions of years. There are two components or parts of components that are needed on the life of a star. In one part we have the components of the star that are helium and hydrogen mainly, and in the other part we have the gravity that makes pressure into the star, that way creating a balance between the components of the star and the hydrogen. So after seeing many experiments talking about this in internet, I decided to create a new experiment in which we will need a neck, a stove, and a pan. So let's begin with it. Start with the experiment. In this experiment, as I already said, we will use a stove, a pan, and an eggs. So, in the life of stars, as I already said, there are two parts of components, in which in one side we have the gravity that makes pressure into the star. So this gravity will be the fire in this case, and the star will be the egg. And in the other side, we have the helium and the hydrogen that compose the star. In this case, we will use the environment of the world, such as oxygen. So what we are gonna do is to drop the egg into the pan and put it in fire. So the egg will become like in a balance between the fire, that is the gravity, and the environment or the oxygen that is into the pan. So many millions of years later,
one eternity later, 3 days later, 12 seconds later, 3:28 a.m. 3 weeks later, many months later.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
So after a million of years, the star had become into his hand. So in this case, the egg will be like fired out.